This review is on the 1x1 60-mile omnidirectional outdoor antenna as used in an RV environment. Well, this product review is on a portable outdoor HDTV antenna. Now, this is not designed specifically for RV use, but it certainly does have application in RVs, and it is designed for mobile use. Now, this is an omnidirectional antenna, which means that you don't have to point it in any specific direction. Omnidirectional just means it's non-directional. So we're going to try this out in an RV environment and just see how well it works as a portable antenna. So here's basically the contents of the box, and the antenna itself is, 12 inches in diameter or so. And on the bottom has a F connector, and then it has a little bracket that is removable. And the nice thing I like about this, and I'll show you on this other bracket, this is all toolless, which means you don't need any tools to do any adjustment. Everything is done with thumb screws, which makes it really handy for a mobile application, especially in the camping environment. And this is the main support, which also goes on with a thumb screw. And it has a wide range of movement, so you can mount it vertically or horizontally. Now, what I especially like is this U-bolt. The U-bolt also has thumb screws, but also they thoughtfully put a notch in here, so you don't have to take the thumb screws off to put this on. You simply back it off, rotate it, and bring it in like that. If, say, you're going to hook it to a pole or something. I mean, that is just a little thing like that. Just makes this thing so handy. I mean, it's really thought out well. You also get a 20-foot piece of coax with a weatherproof connector, as well as a second weatherproof connector. And also you get what they call an amplifier, but in my experience most of these things are just the power supply to the amplifier, with the amplifier actually being in the antenna itself. So it remains to be seen whether this is actually an antenna amplifier or a power supply to the amplifier. But regardless, this goes to the TV, this goes to the antenna, and you plug that in with this power cable, USB on one end, and you also get a 5-volt USB power supply. Now, many RVs actually do have an antenna such as this one that raises and lowers off the roof. And it is also highly directional, so you actually have to turn the antenna to the direction of the signal. Now, one issue with these antennas is that every one that I've owned, they've lasted just about the duration of the warranty. So if you have one of these and it quits working, then the 1x1 would be a good alternative. But also, many campers, especially pop-ups, or even if you're in a tent, they don't have any provision for an antenna. So the 1x1 then becomes a viable option. And if you use a ratcheting strap, you can even attach it to a tree. So this might be handy if you have a tent or no other method to support the antenna. Just find the closest tree. And if your RV has such a thing, another option may be to simply attach the antenna to your roof ladder. I have the 1x1 antenna mounted on a 20-foot Harbor Freight flagpole. Although it's only 15 foot high, I don't have all 4 sections deployed. So it's about the same height as the antenna is on the roof of my coach. And then the coax just feeds into my system from the antenna, and the amplifier there is hooked up. Okay, so with the antenna on the roof of the RV, I get 43 channels. So we're going to compare that with the 1x1 antenna and just see how many channels it finds. We're going to do an auto scan, and let's just see how many channels we pick up here. So after the end of the scan, this thing has found 48 channels. 5 channels more than what the onboard antenna did. So one thing you might wonder is, why do you need to have a TV when you're camping? Isn't part of camping to get rid of the TV anyway, to get away from everything? Well, yeah, there's some truth in that. But this is some of the things you can get off the air when you're camping, is you can get radar. And so you can check on the weather, you can see if there's any storms coming in. That alone is probably worthwhile having a TV. Now, yes, if you have a smartphone, you can get radar and stuff, weather and stuff like that. But we've been in places where you can't get cell phone coverage, yet you can get TV coverage. So I'm going to wrap up this video on the 1ByOne digital outdoor HDTV antenna. I think it works really good for mobile use, for camping use, simply because it's toolless and it gives you just another option to have. And also you can use it as a backup TV antenna.